Welcome to my designer class. My name is Mercy and I sell Stampin' Up! Products. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I made this beautiful card using the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper and the Beach Happy stamp set. This came out of needing to use up some scraps, and I thought it would be really cute to kind of create this checkered background. I had used the rectangle stitch dies for a different card project, and I had a little square left. So I think this is really adorable. One sheet of 6 by 6, you can get actually 9 of these, and it's pretty quick to run it through the Big Shot, which I did do ahead of time, but it does take some time, so I didn't want to bore you with that part. The first part we're going to work on is the stamping, and I'm going to use the Stamparatus for part of this. So let me bring that in. Okay, so here's the Stamparatus, and it's helpful to have like a CD case under here. And if your stamps, if you have it on both sides, it's better to put some paper on so it doesn't do that. Okay, so I like to first go ahead and ink up the tree. And I see a little bit of a spot here, but it shouldn't be a problem because it's actually at the bottom where we're going to be doing a little sponging. All right, so I will go ahead, bring in my ink pad, and the first one is Lemon Lime Twist. So go ahead, ink that up. And I feel like this could be put on a little bit better. Okay. That should be pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect every time, but we want to get it pretty good. So there is our beautiful tree. And then I'm going to just shift the magnet up here because now we're going to be doing the tree trunk. And I'm going to bring in soft suede and go ahead and stamp that. There we go. It's just a little easier to use the Stamparatus for this because otherwise you might be struggling just to get the correct placement, especially if you're making a bunch. But you certainly could use just the acrylic blocks. I'm just going to wipe this down real quick so it doesn't make it too big of a mess. And now I'm going to, first we're going to do the little tote bag. It's so cute. So I will, again, well, actually, I'm going to not use soft suede. I'm going to use Night of Navy. I'm going to do this one slightly different because that's the spice of life, doing things a little different and trying new things, right? New colors, etc. So I hope that I will like this. And then I will get the outline for the hat. Now I am going to go ahead and do free form stamping for the filling in. This is a 2-step stamp set, and it's not too hard to line it up that way. All right, so the color I will be using for the hat will be, actually, I kind of did this a little differently than I planned, but we're going to change things up. All right, so here is and my son is here. Go on upstairs, honey. He's 6 years old, and he is probably not going to be a big help here, but he is cute. All right, so here we have the outlines. The next, of course, will be to fill it in and then doing a little bit of sponging. I'm just cleaning this up real quick. Go on upstairs.
Daddy, I want to help you.
I know, honey, you always want to help.
What are you making?
We're making a card.
How can I help you make a card?
We can make a card together later. He loves helping me make cards. Anatoly is his name, and he's in kindergarten. And of course, he's very interested in being involved with the stamping. All right, so here we have the most of it really done, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the foam pad and go ahead doing a little bit of stamping off. So here is the basket, and here is the hat. So with these solid stamps, it's really better to stamp off, otherwise you would totally lose the lines. So stamp off. And this one's really fun and easy to line up, but of course I'm trying to do this and it came out pretty well considering, you know. And then I'm going to use Balmy blue, which is going to be lighter than the Night of Navy. So I'll just bring in my Balmy blue. And sorry about my head. Okay, isn't that pretty? I actually like that with the yellow hat. I was originally going to do the tote bag yellow, but I kind of like that. Sometimes when you don't intend to do something, it actually turns out pretty well. So here is the Crumb Cake, and this is what we're going to create, just a teeny bit of a beach scene. So I'm just going to do this really carefully. And I want it to kind of come up by the basket, but I'm trying not to get it on the basket. And of course, this is going to be a little tricky because I don't want to get it on that yellow hat. So that's one disadvantage of doing a real light color like that. If you get a little in it, it's probably not going to look so good. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's better not to mess with it too much. My horizon's a little bit off, but okay. It's pretty good. So I'm going to close that up. Go upstairs, honey. Okay, all right. So my son is kind of distracting me a little bit here. I apologize. But I will quickly try to finish this card. I was going to do a little bit of heat embossing, but I'm not sure now if that's wise given my little bit of an issue here. So I did go ahead and start on the background, and to create these checkered, you just need to line it up. And I did do a little stamping with the stamp, and this is part of the set. But the one stamp that I use with the sentiment, I don't know if any of you had the stamp set from Paper Pumpkin. It was called, I'm just looking at this. I wrote it on here. It's called You Are My Anchor, and this was like, it's in April last year, that one. And I thought it went really well with this. So just with a little bit of liquid glue, I'm gonna come in here and add this final checkered square, and then the sentiment will be with, there. See, that's why it's good to have a liquid glue, because you can shift this a little bit if you got it off. And I did get it off. So, yay for second backup plans. Okay, so what I did here was I first stamped with the little bit of the, here it is, right here, with the star, and I heat embossed it with gold. And then I took my use Versamark and heat embossed it with black powder. So I will go ahead, I won't use liquid glue, I will use dimensionals for this. And I'm hoping, yeah, I do have bigger ones. I want to have bigger dimensionals for this part. I think this is really a cute card though. Our weather has been really, really cold. Today it just dropped like crazy. So dreaming about the beach is kind of an easy thing to do right now. We're in February, so it's definitely a time of year when a lot of us are thinking about the beach. And that looks pretty good. It's not maybe 100% straight, but it'll do. And I'm going to use Night of Navy around the top, but we will first bring in our card base. And I will be popping this up on dimensional. So if I didn't get it perfectly lined up, you probably won't notice too much. So I will go ahead and adhere this. And we'll get this card finished in no time. If you enjoyed watching this, be sure to give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I really am hoping to get more viewers for my channel. So maybe eventually I will be paid by YouTube for making these tutorials. And I love hearing any comments, of course. So what I'm going to do here is start wrapping. Okay, that was not a good, that was a bad, I remember now how I did this. I just used the roll. Okay, so just grab on, and I'm going to make like 3 layers here. And then I'm going to, well, 1 more layer. I said 3, and I'm going to be a woman of my word. Oh, yeah. This is not going too well. Okay, I wrapped it around the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is open the whole card. I'm all thumbs here. And then, okay. So the trick here, besides putting it around the right layer, is to actually have them fairly tight together, and then you can always spread them. So I'm going to bring in my snips and go ahead and cut this. This is, the Stampin' Up! Sells this. It's actually only $3 for the roll, and it's really a pretty color. It's slightly different than like the black and the white baker's twine. It's got a different texture, but it's definitely fun for a card like this. I think blue, of course, is great beach color, and Night of Navy is one of my favorite colors that Stampin' Up! Has. It's just a great, pretty neutral color. Okay, so we just want to kind of arrange it whichever way, and then cut. I'm going to leave little tails, and we will bring the dimensionals back. Here they are. I just can't wait for warmer weather. This card really makes me long for it. The beach sounds so divine. Summer, it seems like a long winter. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to just put it slightly more to the left, and there we go. So there we have it. I'm going to bring back in the original card. And where did I set the original card? Oh man. Oh, here it is. Okay. For a second there. And you can leave in a comment below which color scheme you like better. I kind of prefer this, but I did like how I have this white all the way up and have the wave at the base. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to order any products, please email me at mewants3@gmail.com, and I can help you with that. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Happy stamping.